Misinformation about Muslims, including refugees, immigrants, and ordinary citizens, have been used to construct harmful narratives, reinforce existing Islamophobia, and arguably create a fertile environment for enacting profound social and political change. Although Islamophobia in the media has been explored in depth, less research has been done into social media, especially the role of social media images. These images are highly susceptible to manipulation when taken out of context or attached to wholly fake news. They can be used to promulgate certain political agendas, heighten divisions in society, and cause actual harm to vulnerable groups. There are many studies on the portrayal of Islam and Muslims in print and television media. However, the social media realm remains relatively understudied in this regard, in relation to its size, prevalence, and increasing influence upon shaping social attitudes. Research suggests that negative attitudes towards Islam and Muslims remain frequent in the social media context. Users commonly perceived Muslims as a homogeneous outgroup embroiled in conflict, violence, and extremism. In general, Muslims and Islam are regularly portrayed in British media in a variety of negative contexts, such as being a threat to security, a threat to our way of life, and positioned as being perpetually in conflict with mainstream Western values. Moreover, media coverage of Muslims seems to have gained its own momentum over time, starting with 9/11 and growing ever since. It suggests the presence of innate Islamophobia, where journalists do not question the dominant narratives of Muslims but simply perpetuate them. In terms of images, the researchers found that the most dominant images were those of lone Muslim males, particularly in police mugshots, suggesting associations with terrorism, extremism, or deviance. In reporting Islam, many scholars reinforce these findings, claim that topics commonly associated with Muslims and Islam have included terrorism, politics, and reactions to war in Iraq. News coverage tends to link Muslims to global events, creating strong associations between Islam and situations of conflict and violence. Where there is domestic coverage, it tends to heighten situations that focus on social tensions, raise questions over loyalty and belonging, and consistently cast Muslims as being opposition to Western values. Deep-rooted perceptions of Muslims as the other, combined with suspicion around their loyalty to Western values and our way of life, could ignite feelings that spur users to believe negative fake news in relation to Muslims and share images and stories that support their beliefs without engaging in critical analysis. In recent years, a fresh series of newsworthy incidents related to Muslims, such as the murder of Lee Rigby in 2013, various Islamic State atrocities and attacks in Paris, Brussels, Nice, Berlin, and London have encouraged members of the public to express their opinions about Islam and Muslims on social media. People have also become more likely to share images associated with Muslims without stopping to check their veracity. This has indeed led to the spread of number of fake news stories, where images of Muslims have been linked with certain news events taken out of context or used to create entirely fake news. In these cases, it is not merely the mainstream media to blame. Members of the public can easily create and share fake news, contributing to reinforcing negative perceptions of Muslims and perpetuating an ongoing narrative that has the potential to do harm. Online narratives can also cause harm in the real world, as explored by Imran Awan in his research, linking a rise in hate crimes against Muslims to a corresponding rise in Islamophobic content being shared on Twitter and Facebook. Awan argues that a large proportion of comments posted on social media about Muslims possessed an extremist and incendiary undertone. He offers a topology of Facebook Islamophobia in an attempt to explain what compels people to post and share such contents. None of the mentioned studies, however, specifically explore the role of images on social media. Digital technology has opened up new avenues for ordinary users to create, edit, and doctor their own images. Images on social media therefore play an important role in constructing negative images of Muslims through the fake news and driving the narratives that fulfill the political agendas of bigots and right-wing politicians. This can be a significant area worthy of further exploration for scholars and students of mass communication indeed.